What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, as you guys can probably see from the title, I'm going to be doing an at Ignister deck profile. Super budget, this is super budget, so you're not going to be dropping a whole bunch of money. I'm pretty sure the at Ignister cards are all probably under $1 except for Bururu, and you only need one of those. But yeah, that one was probably like $4 or $5. That was probably the most expensive single that I had to buy in the Ignister package, because everything else was dirt cheap, under 50 cents for most cards. I spent a little bit more because I like the rarity bump from the commons to the ultra rares and stuff like that. But if you don't, you could probably get this whole package for like 15-20 bucks, even cheaper. And all the traps I'm playing, hand traps and stuff like that, are all super cheap. Like, you guys are gonna see it, but like Effect Veiler, Forbidden Chalice, all the negates. Basically, all the negates are super budget. So, I'm gonna first start off with the Ignister package monsters. So we run 3 of Achichi. Achichi is basically your 1-card starter. Sorry about the focus. What basically Achichi does is that it lets you add a level 4 or lower Ignister monster from your deck to your hand, except Achichi, so you can't do that. And its second effect that doesn't come up all the time is during the damage step, when your Cyberus monster battles, you can banish this card from the graveyard, destroy that monster you control, and you can only use that effect once per turn. So this is super good. This is basically your 1-card combo starter. If this does get negated, I'll show you guys like maybe some combo hands if you guys want to see that in a different way. I'll probably just add a little bit into it, your best combo. So this will search out your Picari. So Picari's effect is that if this card is normal special summon, you can add 1 AI spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And its second effect is you can target 1 Ignister monster you control. Its level becomes level 4 until the end of the turn. So that one really doesn't come up, but the spell one does. So that's basically huge. So usually you'll want to normal summon this, get Picari to the hand, and look for your Doyon. Doyon's effect is that if it is normal or special summon, you can target 1 Ignister monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for the link summon of a Cyberus monster, you can target 1 AI spell or trap in your graveyard and add it to your hand. And you can use each effect of Doyon once per turn. So, some people run 2 of. I'm still messing around with the ratios, but so far I like 1. I may bump it up to 2 because it's, if you don't, sometimes you don't draw, or you don't really want to draw into this. You'd rather get one of these 2. But I don't know. I'm still messing around with 1 or 2. I have it on 1 right now, and it's alright. Sometimes I get some breaking hands. The 1 Bururu. So what Bururu says is that if it is normal special summon, you can send 1 Ignister monster from your deck to the graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for the synchro summon of a Cyberus monster, you can target 1 monster in your graveyard that was used for that synchro summon except Bururu and special summon that monster. So that's also really, really good. It's basically your tuner of the deck. And what you're going to want to be Foolish Burialing is the Danmari. So Danmari's effect is when an attack is declared involving your Ignister monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, negate that attack. While you control a Link 6 monster, quick effect, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard and target 1 face-up card your opponent controlled. Negate its effects until the end of this turn. So just any face-up card they control, monster, anything, banish this, but only if you control Link 6 monster. Then we run we won 1 Hiyari. Basically, if you control an Ignister monster, you can special summon this card, and you can tribute 1 other Cyberus monster, add 1 level 5 or higher add Ignister monster from your deck to your hand. If you do, this card's level becomes 4. Usually all this other stuff you won't see. This is basically to get to your Link 6 if you want to make a 6,000 attack Link 6. If not, you could just use it as material to link off and stuff. Doshin is basically the same thing. If you control an Ignister monster, you can special summon from your hand and target Link monster in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck. And if you do add 1 AI Love Fusion, we don't run that in this deck, but yeah, these are your 1-ofs. And another 1-off is Gachiri. Basically, the first time each Cyberus monster control would be destroyed by a card effect. Each turn it is not destroyed. You can use each of the following effects of Gachiri next to 1 per turn. You can target one Cyberse effect monster you control, negate its effect, and then you do special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent from your field to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster you control, then that target is unaffected to your opponent's card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. So yeah, so those are basically just your one-ofs. You're gonna wanna, I guess you wouldn't mind seeing them, but you really want to see Picari or a Chi-Chi in your starter hand. Those are your number one card start, your one card starter. So let's go off into the spells, the Ignister spells. I'm sorry. So we run basically 4 Ignister AI lands. This is what makes the deck function and work. What it does is basically, if you control no monsters in your main monster zone, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Ignister monster from your hand, but for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon monsters with the same original attribute by the effect of Ignister AI land. Also, you cannot special summon monsters except Cyberse monsters, even if this card leaves the field. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 1 Ignister monster from your graveyard, set this card. You can only use this effect of Ignister AI once per turn. So this is basically what you need to use to like keep summoning your Ignister monsters. So you'll want to usually summon 1, use its effect, either grab a spell or grab a monster, link it off, use AI land to special summon the next one, and continue off making plays and linking until you rank up, link climb to your level 6 Ignister monster. This is basically your searchers. Let's see. This is the main searcher. So if you don't draw anything with like your all breaks, but you draw this and it doesn't get negated, you basically can so you could still make a 6K arrival, but you could probably also more reliably end off with a 4K Link 6 with a synchro on the field and Ignister synchro. I'll show you guys a play, but I'll just do it quickly. So what this does is reveal 1 Cyberse monster with 2300 attack in your hand or extra deck, and add 1 Ignister monster with the same attribute from your deck to your hand. During the end phase of this turn, take 2300 damage if you did not special summon the revealed monster or a monster with the same name. After you resolve this effect, you cannot activate monster effects for the rest of the turn. After this card resolves, except Cyberse monsters, you can only activate 1 AIMU per turn. So basically, you'll show off the attribute. So if you have nothing in hand, no Picari, no Chi-Chi, you'll show off your 2300 fire Cyberse monster from your extra deck, and then you'll be able to add a Chi-Chi, or if you need a Doyon, you'll show Dark Templar. If you need Picari, you can show, I don't remember, but it's in the extra deck, I think. You can show those and just get started with your plays. So really good card. Run 3 of. Then I run Idol Reborn. Target 1 Ignister monster in your graveyard, special summoning. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn. After this card resolves, except Cyberse monsters. When attack is declared involving 2 monsters, you can banish this card from your graveyard and add 1 card from your hand. Then target 1 of your AI spells / traps that is banished or in your graveyard, except for Idol Reborn. Add that card to your hand. You can only use each effect AI once per turn. Pretty good. So basically, your monster reborn. Then we have I run 1 AI contact. Some people don't run this at all, but the amount of times you see your AI land in your hand, your field spell in your hand, is sometimes a lot. So if you draw it and then you have this, and you have your on the field and Ignister AI land and 1 in your hand, you reveal it in your hand, place it on the bottom of your deck, and if you do, draw 3 cards. So kind of nutty. Draw 3 are kind of nutty because you already have 1 in your field and you have 1 in your hand. That 1 in your hand is basically a brick, because if the 1 in the field gets popped, you can banish an Ignister monster and basically just set it and use it again. But yeah, draw 3 is kind of nuts. Then we run 3 Signet Mining. So basically, if you don't draw into anything, you don't have an AI meet you, discard a card, and then send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, add 1 level 4 or lower Cyberse monster, and start your combo off with that. So You're gonna send whatever and get your Chi-Chi, get your Picari, and just start comboing off with that. These are the negates and the interruptions. Yes, I don't want fucking OCG copies of Ash Blossom because I'm not paying 35 bucks. What is it? What would it be, like $100 for a playset almost? I'm not paying that. I bought these for 10 bucks, all three. Ash Blossom, you know, best hand trap. 3 effect veilers. This is the budget. Basically negate target 1 effect monsters, negate the effects of that face-up monster. We all know effect veiler. Triple kaiju. I main deck these because I don't know, it just pisses me off seeing like a Barone or like anything. I also didn't pay TCG prices. I'm super cheap. Like hey, if I could have saved myself $1.50, I will save myself $1.50. So I basically got these little OCG copies as well. We run 2 Ghost Ogres. This whole, like, the whole negates and hand traps and all stuff like that, you can basically just do whatever you want. You can add whatever you want, like Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave, pretty good. And then 3 Forbidden Chalices. You can basically do 3 Dark Rulers no more. Whatever you want to run, basically, just do that, yeah. So let's do a little combo. Let's do a combo here. All right, so for the combo we're gonna need, I think we're gonna need 1 AI land and 1 Chi-Chi, 1 Picari. The Doyon will come, the Bururu, and let's say, yeah. So I'll show you guys the basic combo. How it would usually work out. Oh wait, let me show you guys the extra deck, sorry. I'll show you guys the combo right after. So your Dark Infant, basically, if this is card link summon, you can add an Ignister AI land from your deck to your hand. When a Cyberse monster with 2300 original attack activates its effect, quick effect, you can move this card to your main monster zone this card points to. Then you can change it to any attribute until the end of this turn. You only use it once per turn, run 2 of. 1 Cyberse Wicked. The link summon card cannot be destroyed by battle card effects. Cyberse monsters this card points to cannot be destroyed by card effects. If a monster is special summoned to the zone this card points to while you control this monster, except during the damage step, you can banish 1 Cyberse monster from your graveyard and 1 Cyberse tuner from your deck to your hand. You can only use once per turn. 2 Splash Mages. Basically, you can target 1 Cyberse monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense, but negate its effect. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except Cyberse monsters. You can use once per turn. Dark Templar. Basically, if a monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, even during the damage step, you can special summon as many level 4 or lower Ignister monsters from your graveyard as possible to your zones this card points to, but their effects are negated. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon 1 Cyberse monster from your graveyard. Use once per turn. The big boss monster, the Rival, is basically you can only control 1 rival. Ignister. The original attack of this card becomes 1,000 times the number of link materials used for its link summon. Unaffected by other cards' effects. Once per turn, you can target 1 other monster on the field, destroy, and if you do, special summon Ignister token to your zone. Cracked, broken. Transcode Talker. We all know Transcode. Link Karibo. Link Spider. Light Dragon. 2 level 4s of a monster you control will be destroyed by battle card effect. You detach 1 material from this card instead. You can only use it for the following 1 per turn. You detach 1 material from this card to destroy face-up monster your opponent controls up to the number of Ignister monsters you control. When another Cyberse monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon 1 link monster from your graveyard. Fire Phoenix. During damage calculation, if this card attacks, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to this card's attack, and if you do, your opponent takes no battle damage. Taking a round from that battle. If this card is destroyed by card effect, you can destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. During the next standby phase after this link card was destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. So it keeps coming back. Cyberse Quantum Dragon. It's 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner. When you control a link monster, monsters your opponent controls cannot target monsters you control for attacks except this one. Also, your opponent cannot target monsters you control with card effects except this one once per turn at the start of the damage step. If this card battles an opponent's monster, you can return that opponent's monster to the hand. Also, this card can make a second attack in a row. Wind Pegasus is during the main phase, you can destroy spell traps your opponent controls up to the number of Ignister monsters you control. If another card you control is destroyed by battle, or an opponent's card effect while this card is on the field or in the graveyard, you can banish that card, then target one card your opponent controls, shuffle it into their deck. You use it once per turn. So yeah, I'm missing an Access Code Talker. I'm also getting the OCG version of that, so that should be coming in the mail in a couple weeks. But let's go off into the combo real quick. I'll show you. Let's see how we do this. So what you want to do is normal summon a Chi-Chi effect to add Picari. Link off a Chi-Chi to Dark Infant. Dark Infant's effect will trigger to get an Ignister AI land. Let me move this to the side. Yeah, so Ignister, activate Ignister AI, special summon Picari. Picari effect to get I Meet You. Activate I Meet You. Reveal Dark Templar. Reveal it. Add Doyon to your hand. Link off these two for a Cyberus Wicked. Activate AI land. Special summon Doyon. Effect chain 1. Chain 1 to search a tuner. Chain 2 to add a normal monster back to your hand. Well, Ignister monster or Cyberus monster, whatever it is. So you will basically activate that. You will get banish the Dark Infant. Usually that's what I do. Banish Dark Infant. Chain 2, you will get what you normal summoned because you haven't special summoned that attribute. So if you normal the fire one, you pull the fire one. If you normaled the Picari, you will pick up the Picari. It's whatever you first normal to start your combo. So you will activate effect. It will search you, get your thing, and then you will get your Baru because of Cyberus Wicked. Then you will link off into a Splash Mage. Doyon's effect will trigger when it is sent to the graveyard as material for the link summon of a Cyberus monster. You can add an AI spell trap in your graveyard to your hand, so its effect will trigger. You will get AI Meet You for the next turn. Activate effect of AI land to special summon Baruru. Baruru's effect will trigger to be able to Foolish Burial. And we will send Denmari to the graveyard because remember, this is the negate if you control a Link 6 monster, which is where we're building to, so you will want to send this to the graveyard. Then you will activate Splash Mage's effect to special summon one Cyberus monster in your graveyard, so you're going to want to get Doyon. It's a lengthy combo, guys, sorry. Special summon Doyon. Then you link off into Wind Pegasus. Wind Pegasus. Baruru's effect will be to be able to special summon a material if it was synchro summoned but not Baruru, so you'll get your Doyon. Link all three off into Templar. Templar over here. You still haven't special summoned the fire, so you will special summon the fire. Just basically link it off. Chain link 1, chain link 2, you're going to move it to the side. So now you have all three open. Because its effect is that if you can move level 4 or lower to the special summon. So yeah, the combo is you're going to want to chain link 1 to special summon all the attributes, three attributes that you came from your graveyard. Chain link 2 to move to the arrow it points to, so left. and change its attribute from dark to divine, because that's the only one you can't have. So usually you'll want to move it, special summon a Chi-Chi, and special summon Baruru, and special summon Picari. And if you have either this one, Gachiri, or Doshin, you can basically go into a 6K. If you don't, then you stay at a 4K. If you guys want to see some combos with that to make a 4K and a synchro, please let me know. But this video is already kind of long, so basically you just would either special this or special that, and then you can make your 6K link material, or special this by negating an effect. So you can negate either, you usually want to negate Templar, because these are already negated. So you can't, if you negate this one, you would make it go back to its dark form and it wouldn't count as a divine. But yeah, so you basically negate that one, special summon, and then we go into the rival. So take everything, trash it, and you have your 6K beater that can't be outed by, what is it, unaffected? What is the exact text? Let's see. The exact text is unaffected by other cards' effects. So if it can swing over 6,000, then it can beat it. Kaiju, beat it. Other than that, nothing. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little Ignister deck profile. Let me know in the comments what you would change or anything like that. I don't know. I'm not a hard, like, it's like the first couple times that I made deck profile. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys want to see down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace one.